I feel like the things that kind of hit the worst are when people are leaving like bad reviews or try and, bash you on social media or something, because social media is such a big thing for everyone.
Huge.
And a lot of times it's just one side of the story.
Hey out there, thank you so much for joining us this week on Business Gold, a business leader's journey. This week on the podcast, we have Dana Lenore. She is the owner, esthetician, makeup artist at Destination Spa. She's an incredibly talented person and an incredibly successful business owner. Let's turn it over to Jen to hear her story.
Hello, everybody. We're so excited to be here today. We thank you all for being on our podcast. Today's guest we are super excited about, Dana Lenore, very known in the community because she is the best makeup artist. You have got to go see her stuff. It's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely state of the art. She does fun stuff, but she also does beautiful stuff. So we are grateful to have Dana Lenore. She's the operations manager and owner of Destination Spa. They are coming up on their 10th year in business, which we're definitely going to talk about that because imagine what they've done in 10 years. She is a graduate of, let me look here, Aesthetics International. Her creative and her passion for all the things in the beauty industry has led her to be one of the most sought after makeup artists in Sumter and surrounding areas. And I can tell you for a fact that is absolutely true. Every time I try to work with her, the lady is booked. She has an amazing following. And Dana, we are so happy to have you here today. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us about this 10-year. Are you going to have a big celebration? What are you going to do?
So we're kind of working out the details right now, but our actual 10-year anniversary is the end of November. So I think around December 1st, we're going to end up doing some type of ladies' night type thing. I'm still working on the details for that, though.
That's going to be amazing. I can't imagine how big that's going to be because you have a huge following of ladies from the community and all around. You go, Charleston? Where else do you go that on a regular basis?
Yeah, Charleston, Columbia, Timmonsville, Manning, pretty much anywhere. We have several weddings that we've even done in North Carolina.
That's amazing. You know, I'm from North Carolina, so I have a little bit of a passion for North Carolina. So in my Asheville mountains. So what exactly is it that you guys do at Destination Spa?
A little bit of everything. We have a nail salon, a hair salon. We do massages, facials, waxing.
Wow.
Obviously makeup, lashes.
You do
pretty
it
much
all.
everything.
You are a one-stop shop. One-stop shop. What's your favorite of all of it?
My favorite thing to do is the makeup, for sure.
You have done some of the coolest designs. And the fact that you can do them on yourself, that's really amazing. I mean, I can't imagine doing it on myself. Like, doing it on somebody else, yeah, you have a canvas, like, to look at and do. But to do it on yourself, that is talent.
It's a little easier because I can sit
still. Is it
still.
easier? Yeah,
Yes.
That's pretty cool. Okay. What has been your absolute most favorite that you've done? Because you've done some cool designs.
I would say probably it's one that I actually did on my sister, and there wasn't like a specific like theme that I was doing, but it was like dripping makeup, but I covered her whole body in black glitter. I just didn't want to do glitter on myself because that would be too hard to get off. But
So you did it to your sister. I love it. I have a baby sister, so cool. That's awesome.
But we ran out of time, and she had to go pick her kids up from school like that. So
I would have loved to have seen the kids' faces.
My favorite part.
That's great. That's great. So you're not only the owner, but you do work there. You have a family, so I know you are super busy. Yes. Tell me about what's your downtime? What do you do?
First of all, I'm a huge fan of naps.
I love it.
My favorite thing to do.
100% love it.
But a lot of time in my downtime, I am practicing different makeup looks. But I mean, we live out in the middle of nowhere, so we also spend a lot of time outside, finding different animals to play with because my daughter loves animals. So
that's awesome. She's going to have to come to my farm and play with the goats.
she would terrorize them, but also love
Well, they
it.
might terrorize her too, so.
Perfect match.
I know, right? So you said so do you live on a farm, or you said you were way out?
It's not really a farm. We're just kind of in a field.
Okay, I got you.
Typically planted in corn.
Yeah.
But
So literally you go from farm girl to this amazing exotic person when you go to work.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool that you can like do this laid back life, but you have this, huge following of professional, amazing, upstanding folks in several different communities. That's pretty cool. You kind of have two lives, Dana.
I do. I struggle with the farm life.
I could see you could struggle, but if your kids love it, then you have to be all in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm assuming your husband is all in with the field life.
Absolutely. It's where he's from, this small little nothing town, but he loves it. So
Yeah. Speaking of nothing town, how did you build such a business in Sumter?
to be honest, just winging it.
Yeah.
It started off so small. It started with me and another girl. We were the same age working together at a different spa. And we just kind of sitting there, talking about our dreams and how we wanted to have a spa.
Yeah.
So I think we were 19 at the time. Obviously, you can't get a business loan at 19.
Young, yeah.
So we went to both of our parents and was just kind of like, hey, we really want you to buy us a spa. Obviously, that didn't go over well.
Come on, mom and dad.
Right? Yeah, they weren't down for that. So we worked super hard and got a whole business plan together. It took us a minute. It was almost a year. And we came back to them and was like, look, we're serious. We really want to do this. Here's our business plan down to how much money we were going to spend on Q-tips. Like every penny we were accounting for.
Wow.
And so we ended up, our parents were like, okay, fine, let's do this. Like, we'll give it a shot. So we did. And there wasn't much like clientele or really anything going on at the spa. Worked super, super hard to kind of get it where it is. But about a year into it, my business partner at the time, she just kind of decided that she didn't want to do it anymore and wanted to do like a different career path.
Right.
So
it happens.
yeah,
It happens.
Yeah. So
especially when you're young, like you want to do something,
Right.
and then you're like, as you transition your life, you want to do something. That's absolutely happens all the time.
oh yeah, she's got a different job now that she absolutely loves.
That's
So
great.
That's what
great.
matters.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, we ended up just, buying her portion of the spa out. So it's kind of just been me for the last 9 years.
Great. That's great.
But I do have a very supportive, like friends and family. So that kind of helps things a lot.
Right. And your parents, are they still part of what goes on? Are they like...
Yes. Well, my mom helps me a good bit. She does like have her own job and, her own life, but she's very much so behind the scenes being like, no, you're doing the right thing. Like, just kind
Pushing
of
you along.
boosting me up.
Yeah. I love it. You know what? It's funny because you see in one light that, Sumter's small, but Sumter is very, I don't want to say homey, but the community here, everybody sticks together. Like when you build a relationship, it's a relationship that lasts.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I moved here, I was like, these people, strangers waved to me on the street. It's amazing. So I can see where you and your personality and your drive to show your parents that I can be successful at this helped build your business, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, did you advertise? Did you go out? What did you do?
Oh, yeah.
What did you do?
Whenever we first got it, put flyers on every car windshield at, pretty much every parking lot that I went to.
I love it.
A bunch of cold calls, which was awful because I'm not very good at talking.
But you are such a person. I don't want to hear that.
But yeah, just calling all of the old existing clients that were, whenever we bought the spa, it was existing.
Right.
The previous owner was just selling. So just called every one of the old clients that hadn't been in a long time. I think we ran ads in the radio. Like we were doing everything.
Top to bottom. I'm thinking back like nine 9-10 years ago, social media really hadn't hit yet
Right.
like it is now. So like where in that transition do you think that maybe your social media came into? Because you do a lot of social media.
Yes.
Which is how I know your makeup is so cool, because you do like the tutorials and you get to see the before and afters. Talk to me about that social media piece.
So I kind of just started, honestly, it hasn't been that long. I would say within the last probably like 4 years, just kind of focusing more on social media, just because, I mean, people are on it all the time.
Absolutely.
When they're sitting at a red light, people are looking at
I know,
Facebook.
isn't that scary?
Yeah.
It's true though. It's true. I'm not going to lie. I've done it.
Yeah,
We've
right?
all done it, It is what it is. And
Exactly.
you might as well just own it.
And I mean, it's free advertisement, so might as
is.
well get yourself out there.
It is. Your Instagram account is amazing. I love watching your Instagram. I hope all of our listeners go and find you on Instagram, and we will make sure that in the notes for the podcast that we put all of your social media accounts so that they can find you and like you and follow you. And I can assure each of them that they'll enjoy doing that, because your makeup, especially Halloween's coming up.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So tell me, what do you have planned for makeup ideas for Halloween?
I have one that I'm actually going to be doing on my friend Brooke next week. And
Brooke. I know Brooke. I'm super excited
Yes.
because she's going to be in an upcoming podcast. She is with real estate, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
She's
she
going to be
is.
here soon, so I'm looking forward to that. So what are you going to do on Brooke? I have to know.
it is a full melting skeleton, but it's kind of a bigger piece than I normally do. Typically, I'm just kind of doing my face or just upper body, but it's going to be kind of almost half of her body that I'm going to be
Wow.
attempting. So a little bit bigger than I normally would do, a little out of my comfort zone, but I want to try that.
I love it. Okay. So I'm glad to hear you say that out of your comfort zone. Does that help you grow? Doesn't it help you grow in your business?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
And okay, so let's see. Out of the thinking about out of the box, has there ever been something that you're like, this is not working? What do I do to fix this in my business? And you're like, I have to do something out of the box. Have you ever had to do that? And if you have, what was that thing that you did?
Well, I'm very much so an in-the-box type of person.
Okay.
I am very
Fair
type
enough,
A.
fair
so not typically, but honestly, I'm in a lot of spa type of groups on Facebook. So if we ever have any situations arise, I just kind of start doing a lot of research all over the internet, asking friends and family how, they would handle a situation.
Yes.
Going to these spa groups and, seeing if anyone else has had anything and how they handled it.
I love that
kind of
because
thing.
being in the wedding industry like we both are, it's so many people in the wedding industry, but at the same time, there's so many people doing different things in the wedding industry because there's no one wedding that's the same.
Right.
So everybody has different things that they've gone through, and they can help you with so many aspects of our businesses. And I belong to a wedding venue group as well, so I know what you're talking about. Yes. Have you connected with any of these people in the community and become friends with them through that social media outlet?
In the local community? Probably. I definitely know a lot of the photographers because we end up working side by side with a lot of the weddings. So more so photographers than anything else, just because that's who I'm, closest working with whenever I'm, working weddings. But, you do, obviously, you come to, meet the venue owners and things like that occasionally.
Right.
So,
okay. Staying on the wedding path because it's my thing, So how many weddings do you guys typically do in a year, would you say? Because you do a lot.
Yes. This year I just added it up the other day. I think it was 58 this year.
Wow.
So it's been a good bit.
Do you ever get a weekend to yourself?
Not typically.
Sounds like you're always traveling to someone's wedding.
Yeah, not typically. I'm off during the week though. I take Mondays and Wednesdays off kind of as me time because I work most Saturdays and Sundays with weddings because this year it seems like weddings just aren't on Saturdays anymore. People are doing them on Fridays, Sundays. I think we've had a couple Monday weddings.
Yeah. I think people are trying to catch up from COVID, and every Saturday was booked. So they're just like, I just want to get married. Give me a day.
Yes.
And they're like taking any day that they absolutely can.
Pretty much.
So, like, what percentage of your business do you think, like, wedding makeup and that is with your business?
Well, it kind of varies because there's 12 of us that work there. So obviously we all do different things. Weddings are my main thing. So I would say that it's probably 90% of my personal business. But I mean, everyone else
does other things.
Right. It kind of varies for them. But,
Gotcha.
makeup is just my main interest and what I want to do the most. So I kind of
jump on it.
Yeah. I put the most effort into doing that.
Yes. 12 employees. How do you manage 12 employees?
It's hard.
And do you have all women employees? Do you have any gentlemen?
Yes, 12 women working together.
Well, wow.
A good time.
Okay, how do you keep that drama down? Because I know 12 women in one space. Everybody has their own personality, especially in the spa industry, right?
Yes.
Because everybody has their own little niche. So everybody has their own little persona. How do you manage that?
I think the biggest thing is to just not be so quick to hire people.
Yeah.
Just kind of make sure that their personality is going to fit before, I just immediately bring them on board.
Right.
Because if you get one person in there whose personality doesn't match with everyone else's, it just throws off everything. But
chaos.
Right. But I mean, we've all been working together for a long time now. Like pretty much everyone there has been there for, 5+ years.
Wow.
So we all get along really well.
That's awesome. Tell me again where exactly Destination Spa is located.
We're on North Ginyard Drive in a strip mall, kind of across the street from the Spectrum building.
Okay. All right. Everybody needs to go and check that out. Go and check them out and talk to them. 12 people. That's amazing. So with such a large amount of people that you're working with, how do you give each of those employees your personal relationship with them? How do you keep them involved with the business and wanting to stay there? Because it sounds like you have a great employee pool, and it's not always easy to retain people in a business. 5 years, that's pretty impressive for 12 women.
Oh yeah.
How do you manage that, and as you having a personal relationship with those individual 12 people?
A lot of times we do stuff outside of, just work.
Bam.
Whether it's,
That's it right there.
Going to dinner or, next month we're going to Charlotte for a mimosa festival. So
Hello, me.
Well, come on.
I want to be number 13.
Perfect.
That's awesome. So they're not employees. They're like family to you.
Right.
And that's probably the key.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
I love it. So you're all buddies and enjoy just hanging out outside of work.
Right.
So they can be themselves. I love it. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it is fun.
Is there one of those people in that bunch that, I know that you have your own business and there's 12 people. Is there one person in that whole group that is keeps everybody moving in the right direction? How do you keep your spa moving forward?
Honestly, I feel like everyone is just really good at their job. The girls that work the front desk truly kind of just keep things running. Because, me having a toddler, I'm not able to be there as much as I used to be.
Right.
And, they just keep it moving, make executive decisions if I'm not there about something that needs to be done. And, I just trust what they're going to do.
I love it. And you guys, you have to go check out her little toddler's picture because she is absolutely adorable. She is too cute.
She's a mess. She's bad.
Oh, so she's like your dad, like her dad is what you're saying.
Yes, definitely not me, for sure.
Would you think that in the future you would love to have her come on board too, or do you think she's not going to be in this kind of industry?
I would love to, but so far she's not interested in makeup and girly things. She just likes to catch frogs.
Wow.
As of right now, it's not looking good for us.
Maybe she's just going to, have an outside job. Okay, we get it. No makeup for her. Halloween's coming up. What is she going to be for Halloween?
So I actually have 2 stepdaughters also, and they wanted to do matching Halloween costumes. So the 4 of us girls are going to be the Ninja Turtles, and my husband's going to be Master Splinter.
Stop it. That is awesome.
I'm
going to have to see some pictures of that. And I know you with your Instagram, and you'll be posting. So
Yes.
we all get to see. So again, everybody needs to go check out your social media. That's awesome. I hear all the success that you're talking about, but I know in business, like there's this, oh my gosh, today is the worst day ever. And how am I going to fix this problem? And it happens in business, even when everything's going good.
Right.
Like if that happens in your business, like what do you do? Like how do you control that when you have such a big spa?
I think it's just important to know that you can't make everybody happy. No
Right.
matter what you do, you're just not a good fit for every single person, and that's okay. Like you just have to be okay knowing that not every single person is going to love everything that you do.
True.
So I'm very much an out of sight, out of mind kind of person. I'm not going to let anything bother me for long. I just kind of, deal with it in that exact moment and then move on. I'm not going to harp on things.
Right.
We're going to take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
The Hive at Lavender Estate, the sweetest place to be in Sumter, South Carolina, just off of North Main. Contact us at lavenderfieldestate@gmail.com or find us at lavenderfieldestate.com.
Greybird Media is your one-stop shop for videography, DJ services, and photo booth. Let us be a part of your next event. Find us on the web at Greybird, that's gray with an E, graybirdmedia.com.
Thanks to our sponsors, The Hive at Lavender Estate and Greybird Media. And now, back to our show.
I do know, again, how great your spa is because I do know you got Best of Sumter. Yes. And I'm pretty sure you got different categories, didn't you?
Yes. So this year we won the Best Day Spa, and then I won Best Esthetician.
Look at you. Look at you go.
Thank you.
And this wasn't the first year you got some best ofs, right?
Right.
So how many years have you gotten?
I think we have gotten Best Day Spa for the last 5 years.
Amazing.
This was my second time getting Best Esthetician, and we've gotten a couple, like Best Nail Salon and a couple different random ones throughout the year that I don't remember right now.
That's because you've had so many. I mean, you're losing count at this point. But we're also super excited because we know that you were just named Young Professionals Top 20 Under 40.
Yes, I
Yes.
was. I'm so excited.
Absolutely. Talk to me about that. I mean, like, how does that make you feel?
I was honestly in shock. It just kind of feels like I'm not professional enough to win a professional award.
No way.
So I was definitely shocked, but super excited about it.
Absolutely. That is a really, really cool. And it is an honor, an absolute honor in this community.
For sure.
And the fact that the awards that we're talking about are all like people vote on that. The community votes on that. It's not like someone sitting at a board saying, this is who we're going to give it to.
Right.
It's like the community chose you.
Yeah, it makes you feel good.
It does. It does.
I'm really doing something out here.
You are. I mean, the impact I'm sure that you're making on the young ladies in this community, I can't even imagine. And I know also, like, when your daughter gets in school and she's starting to get all these friends and everything, the younger generation that you are going to have an impact on is going to be amazing. I just know it. I see that in the future for sure.
Yes, I can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us something about you that we don't know that we can pick on you about.
I can't get into a shower if it's already wet.
That's so funny.
Like, we used to live in a 1-bedroom apartment, and if my husband, like, showered before me, he would have to get a towel and wipe the walls down so that it wouldn't be wet.
That's great.
I just cannot do it.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I feel like that's someone's, like, butt water on the walls, and I cannot.
That's awesome. I love it. Everybody is so different. And just to know those little things like that about somebody, I think that's one of the reasons why people like you. Like, you say you're not a people person, but you're sitting here telling us really cool facts about you. I think you are a people person, and you just don't know it.
Hopefully. I mean, I have to talk to people in this industry, so.
Exactly. Okay, so I asked you that question for a reason. So talking about things that you're phobia of, what is something that you are afraid of in the industry that, you're afraid of, like, oh my gosh, what if this happens?
There's definitely been talk about taking away our licenses.
Oh.
It's supposed to be a part of, a way to create more jobs. But in order to do that, they're saying, that you wouldn't have to go to cosmetology or aesthetic school.
Oh, wow.
That pretty much anyone off the street can just start doing it. And that's kind of scary because we're working with, chemicals and acids and,
Absolutely.
Things that can really mess someone up if you're not doing it right.
Right. Yeah.
All to create more jobs. So
Yeah. So are you the only day spa in Sumter?
no, there's a ton.
There's a lot. Okay. All right. So you have some competition out there.
Yeah, for sure.
So this could just mean more competition.
Yeah, there's 3 in our parking lot.
What?
Yes.
Dana, how do you even control that? Like, that is crazy.
I mean, just try and be good at what we do.
And obviously you are. That is amazing. Okay, 3 in one parking lot. I can't even imagine. Okay, that's different, but
Yeah, it's a small town.
I think that shows that you're like driving business in the right way. Let's talk about driving business. Like, how do you drive your business forward every day? Like, what is your everyday goal to keep moving forward?
Honestly, to be better than the next year.
There you go.
Or the last day, I mean.
Yeah. So do you set goals yearly? Like yearly goals?
Yeah, so I mean, we kind of look at, how many services we did and obviously, want to improve that. Obviously, looking at the money side of things, if we made this much this year, let's try and get to this much, the next year.
Right.
And I kind of do that monthly also, look at September of last year. But I also have a whole spreadsheet that, has all 10 years. So I can kind of look at what my best September was.
Right.
And that's always my goal to beat whatever my best year was, which is typically the year before.
Right.
But
how did you do through COVID?
we were shut down for, I think it was 2.5 months.
Wow.
And very stressful for us.
Absolutely.
Because most of us are 1099. So
self-employed, yeah.
Right. So we don't qualify for unemployment.
Right.
So we were just kind of
Sitting there.
Yeah, on our own. One of the last things to open back up because, they ruled spas a hot spot for, getting
Germs.
COVID. Yeah. I don't know why because
You're
literally
probably the cleanest.
Right. Our whole job before COVID is to clean everything that someone touches. So I don't know how, but so yeah, we were one of the last to open back up. But honestly, ever since we did open back up, it has been insane. We are nonstop, booked out, a month in advance for most of our services.
That's great.
It really, we were busy before, but it is next level busy ever since COVID.
I think women sat at home and became this hairy,
Yes.
what is it? Bigfoot, these hairy Bigfoots. And they were like, I need to find a spa. And they understood after that probably the importance.
Right. Self-care. Very important.
Self-care is very important because, woo, look at these legs and all this hairiness now. Their husbands, can you imagine how their husbands were complaining? That just cracks me up. But
yeah, we definitely had a lot of waxing after COVID. So
that's great. So husbands, talk to me about your husband. Is he very supportive?
Very. I love it. Whenever I was first kind of getting into makeup, he's probably going to kill me for saying this, but putting on the false lashes was so hard for me to get, and he would just sit on the couch and let me practice putting lashes on him.
That's
because
amazing.
you have to be able to do it on other people. So he is very supportive.
I love that. Yeah, he's going to kill you.
Yes. Oh yeah. He works construction.
I was going to say, he's a manly man.
Yes,
he's going to kill you.
And everyone that he works with is now going to know that, he wore fake lashes. But
you know what? Maybe you'll get more clientele. Maybe the rest of them will come get upset. Who knows?
for a good cause.
There you go. Maybe you need to come up with some sort of, where they come in for a good cause, and you can give to the community, and everybody gets to see these guys in lashes for, like, in October would be a great time because it's Halloween. It would
Perfect.
we could say they were doing a Halloween, Halloween thing.
Put on like a men's pageant.
Yeah, there you go. I don't think they would go for it, but I still, the thought of it is very funny. Yeah, exactly. So I know that you guys stay busy. I know that you're talking to me about how you do some self-care and you have those days off. Is that the time that you take with your daughter, or is it just you?
Preferably just me. Just because I love being alone. Like
I do too.
Love that. I could sit in the bathtub by myself for hours on end. And I pick her up from school every day at 3:00, and my husband doesn't get home until later. So we do have a lot of time, like just me and her together.
So that's kind of how you juggle family life and business life.
Yes.
Together. Yeah. Excuse me. I need to get a sip of water. I'm sorry. So what is in this industry, what is the thing that you say, if I didn't have this, it would be hard for me to run my business? What do you use to run your business? I heard you talking about spreadsheets earlier.
Yes.
So is that your thing, or is there some programs that help you get your business
That is
going?
my mom's thing. She is very much so a spreadsheet person.
There you go. So there's where mom comes in.
Yes,
I got it.
I am not into technology. I really struggle. I know.
You're young.
I'm supposed to know
I
it,
know.
but I don't. But I mean, we don't even have internet at our house, so I feel like I have a disadvantage.
What?
They don't supply it. We're too far out.
You really do live in a field.
I do.
And that's
Yes.
that's probably nice because you can go home and not deal with. It's definitely a downtime when you're at home.
Yep. Absolutely.
Like, do your phones work out there?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, there's only a couple like little areas where we
Little
don't
hot
get good
spots.
service. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's get back to Sumter because, I'm not originally from here. My husband is, but I'm not. So I have lived here, 4 years now? I moved here the month that COVID broke out. Okay.
What a good time.
I know, right? I was actually at Myrtle Beach when Myrtle Beach shut down for COVID. That was the weekend I moved.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So I don't know Sumter quite as well as you do, but when I look at Sumter and I look at the clientele, I'm like, I don't know what piece of this area goes to a day spa. I mean, some people think a day spa, that's like for the classy, sassy, But talk to us about your clientele.
I think that
Sumter.
it used to be more kind of high-end clientele, but again, since COVID, I think that more and more people are realizing it's for everyone. Everyone needs to take care of themselves.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, we have a lot of the military clientele that are coming in for, massages and, just trying to take care of themselves.
That's awesome. I love that. I don't know why that it didn't cross my mind that we are a military community. So you have that whole other group of people to pull from, and that's awesome. And you think that there's a large part of your business that comes from the base, or?
I would say the majority of our business is local.
Okay.
But we do have a good bit of military clientele. But more so just kind of moms when their kids are at school.
Yeah.
Just coming in to relax. And then, a lot of people get gift certificates for, different holidays.
Right,
and
right.
So lots of people coming in for birthdays and anniversaries.
Do you do parties? Like,
we used to, but honestly, we don't have the time anymore. We kind of did
Look at
that
you.
years ago whenever we were needing stuff to, fill our books, but we really don't have the time for it. So not anymore.
so you are super, super busy.
Yes, we are.
And it's not that you're not looking for more clientele, because you are. You're just, the whole dynamic of your spa has changed, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it really has.
Over the years, it's evolved, become, like, tell me 5 years ago what it looked like compared to what it is right now.
5 years ago, we might have, one appointment in the morning, and then you would have like a 3-hour gap before your next appointment. And it was a little bit more fun because we would all just kind of sit on the couch and hang out, you know, that kind of thing, which is, again, why we're all so close, because we used to have a lot of downtime to just spend together. But, I mean, now from the moment everyone gets there, we are booked back to back to back until it's time to get off.
Wow. What time do you guys close?
We close at 7.
Okay. So, I mean, that's you're also getting people coming off work for that last hour before they go home. So.
Yeah, that's probably the busiest time. Those are the times that people want the most.
Really? Okay, what's the least wanted? Because I'm going to have to call and make me a massage appointment now that I hear all this.
Mornings.
Mornings.
Yes, like at 9:30 right when we open.
You mean right when I'm getting out of bed?
Right, that one. Yeah, that's probably our most available appointment.
Okay. So I hope everybody out there hears that, because now they know when to book when they call you guys. And okay, so talk to me about this whole lashes thing, because this whole lashes thing is getting to be huge in Sumter.
Yeah, the lash extensions.
Yes. Talk to me
some
about
right
that. Look at you. I do not. You can tell. These are the God-given ones. Talk to me about that, because it's getting to be huge in Sumter. I see it all over the place.
It is, yes. We have a girl at the spa. Her name's Amy, and she specializes in doing them. She's taken all different kinds of, training classes on them. She's really good. But typically it's kind of like nails. You get fill-ins. Like you go in for a full set, and then every, 2, 3, some people can make them last a little bit longer, but every 2 to 3 weeks, go in for a fill-in. But they just attach one individual lash to your single individual lash.
What?
Yeah, it takes
That's crazy.
It takes a minute when you get a full set. I think it's around 2 hours to get a full set put in, but the fill-ins are a lot quicker than that. So
that's really cool. But yeah, I have seen it everywhere in Sumter. It's a big part of your industry right now.
It's just nice to, wake up and already look put together.
I know, right? Maybe that's why I sleep in, because I don't feel like I look put together when I wake up.
There you go. Get some lashes.
I know. Get some lashes. Did everybody hear that? That's going to make you feel better, make you look better when you get out of bed. Get some lashes.
Yes, absolutely.
That's great. Excuse me. I feel like we're just talking, and this is so great, but when you have that moment of, I can't talk, I don't want to talk, I'm done, I can't do anymore. What usually is the typical reaction that you, what do you do when you get to that point in your business and you're like,
go in my office, go in one of the treatment rooms, just kind of shut the door and just relax for a second.
Relaxation.
Because my job is a lot of talking to people all day long, just constantly talking. And sometimes, being the type of person I am, like I said, I like being alone. So, sometimes it does get a little bit overwhelming if there's a lot going on. I mean, after I do a wedding, I've literally been talking for hours to people.
Right.
I immediately go home and take a nap. Every single time.
Good for you. We're going right back to that nap thing. I love it.
I'm a napper. What can I say?
That's fantastic. I had this question on the tip of my tongue while you were talking, and of course I forgot it. But I'm sure we'll circle back to that in just a second. But has there ever been that time in your business where you've just been like, this is the biggest, crappiest thing that's ever happened, and you've had to fix it? And what was that thing? What was that blow up in your business?
To be honest, we're very lucky to not have a ton of, big setbacks, really.
Yeah.
But I feel like the things that kind of hit the worst are when people are leaving bad reviews or try and, bash you on social media or something, because social media is such a big thing for everyone.
Huge.
And a lot of times it's just one side of the story.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of...
How do you combat that? Do you try to learn from those mistakes, or are you just okay, that person was just not understanding the situation like it should have been?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both, yeah.
Kind of depends on the situation. Obviously, if we're in the wrong, then I am absolutely gonna, admit that, apologize, and do what I need to do to fix the situation and, try and make them happy. But like I said before, you can't make everybody happy. And sometimes they just have unrealistic expectations.
True. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. What's the biggest unrealistic expectation that you've had so far?
a lot of people just think that we just need to cater to their every single move. Like some people, you know, if we can, we will. But a lot of people just expect if they're coming to get a massage that we should have, you know, flowers and chocolate and wine and everything for them because
They've been watching too much TV, haven't they?
Right. Like I'm just supposed to know that it was their birthday today or something. So that's a little bit hard.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see that. Although chocolates and wine are really good. So you might think about that. Maybe I should think about that, having that in my green room. Here, me talking, and you didn't have chocolates and wine in your green room, did you? I'm going to have to work on that. Or how about I just send you some chocolates and wine at some point to make up for this?
Sounds good. I love that.
Or mimosa. I can send you some mimosas because apparently you like mimosas. Yeah.
Even better.
So Mimosa Fest. That really sounds cool.
It's going to be a blast. I can't wait.
Have you been to there before?
I have not.
Is it more? Is it local?
On my birthday, so I can't think of anything better.
Happy birthday! Awesome. Is that a local thing?
I'm not really sure. I just randomly came across it on Facebook, like an event.
Oh yeah,
and immediately knew that I needed to go to that.
Right? Do you use that function on Facebook for the spa, the event function?
I would if we really had events, but not gonna lie, we don't have that many.
Yeah.
Oh, my big setback. Like whenever I first bought the spa, my probably second year, we tried to host a big ladies' night.
Yeah.
And no one showed up. So I put much work into it and ended up just like crying in the bathroom the whole night because I was devastated.
No.
But again, you know, we didn't really have any clients and not really much going on at the time.
Right. It was a whole different deal. But maybe the upcoming event for the ladies' night for the huge celebration of 10 years, that might be a great way to get that out there.
This will be my first event since the last one that I cried in the bathroom. So
okay, we don't want to hear nothing else about crying, okay? Dana, I have enjoyed talking to you so much. You have been amazing.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
It's been fun.
Yes, for sure. I hope everybody enjoyed Miss Dana. And tell us, Dana, where can we find you?
At Destination Spa.
And what is your your social media? Let's throw that out there for them.
We are on Facebook and Instagram, and both of them are just Destination Spa.
Perfect. I hope everybody goes and checks you out. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That's it for this episode of Business Gold. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure that you tune in again. We release new episodes every Tuesday, so definitely come back. And while you're here watching on YouTube, make sure you click that like and subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate it.
And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and reach out to us at podcast.businessgold@gmail.com. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.